What's your take on that, Steve? Like, is it good? Should Venomous be in the hobby or not?
But you got some Venomous too, Mike?
No, I don't keep any. I had Venomous back in the day, but it was one of those things. It's like it's cool to own, and I mean anybody who wants to own, if you're going to display it, great. But it's like owning a gun and twirling it on your finger. At some point, it's going to go off, but what direction? And you just got to hope it's not towards you.
You know, for me, I'm kind of the exact same thing that you're saying. And it doesn't, and I'm not versed in Venomous with what I'm getting ready to say either. So I'm not pretending that I am. But it's not always about how well you do as a handler, because you're responsible for every other heartbeat within distance. And it's not that snake is being anything but itself. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. I do think it's good that Venomous is kept in certain situations. It's very important. There's a lot of science that comes out of some Venomous stuff. So
people don't realize, like, there's a type of diabetes that Gila monster saliva cures. They've discovered that black mamba venom is stronger than any painkiller on the market and is non-addictive. There's a type of sea snake that clots blood. So there's a lot of benefits to keeping Venomous if you're doing it on a level that needs to be done that will benefit the hobby. But just to keep Venomous to show it off and free handle it, it's irresponsible and it's bad publicity for us.
So, well, since we're on that subject, like, what is your take on that, Steve? Like, is it good? Should Venomous be in the hobby or not?
Yeah, like I was saying, I do absolutely think that there is a place for it. But I think it needs to be guarded and respected for what it is. You know, like I said, there's a lot of science that goes behind it, just like Michael was dropping some facts there. And without the people that are handling that and sending in venom and things like that, we can't get antibodies. And who knows? It's not even just about what Michael said that they found. There's more. It's the evolution of medicine, dude. But there's so many things that this will do that. But I do think that there's a lot of, we'll say, willy-nilly when it comes to Venomous stuff.
ARIA strong all day, baby.
So now, and I will say this. I will stand up for the Venomous snake. Maybe not the Venomous keeper. I will stand up for the Venomous snake. Just because it's venomous does not mean that it's mean.
Exactly. My motto is there's no aggressive snake, only a defensive snake.
Exactly. That's what I always say too.
You can work around any animal. It's learning that animal and how to go about it in the ways that you can do it.
You know what I call that, Michael? Because it's how I train my kids and anybody that is like in my inner circle where I live. You can do whatever you want with any kind of animal as long as you respect what that animal can do back. You have to keep those things in mind. You know?
I wanted to get in Venomous, so I got 2 Cape Corals coming my way. Look at it. 2 Cape Corals. Cape Corals.
2 coral snakes?
No, Cape Corals.
Coral cobras.
Yep. Yeah.
God damn,
well, I
bro.
mean, luckily they're little. They're easy going. Copperhead's a good one to start with. And like a mangrove snake. But stay away from your monocles, your Egyptians, your kings. I used to do monocles back when Mitch Diamond at Diamond had them. And I had the albinos, the leucistics, the sunsets, the melanistics. That dude took a lot of money from me over the years. And I mean, they were cool to have, but monocles are they're their own being when it comes to a cobra. They're the psychotic cousin of cobras.
So my main advice, because what kind of drives me crazy when I go in and I see somebody's venomous area, it's not created like other reptile rooms. You have to have space. If you
Mhm.
only have 2 foot, 2.5 foot behind you and you're against a wall, you're making a grave mistake.
Oh yeah.
Make sure that you set yourself up for success, brother. If you set yourself up for success, then you're gonna be successful.
Well, let
And
me say that I'm not gonna be like pulling them out, like just be like, oh, look at this. This
well,
is
no,
awesome.
but
Then they
I'm
get bit.
just saying it's not even totally about that though,
Yeah.
because you have to get in and clean enclosures, open it for feeding, and you need to have your space. I've been in some spots where they're like, hey dude, I want to show you this, and I go back there and you're in this like death tunnel and they're trying to pull this open and I'm like, I don't want to. No, huh, dude, I'm going
Yeah.
out here, bro.
I would run out. Honestly, I would turn and run.
It's dangerous.
Be like,
I've seen a lot of guys that their hook is longer than the space they have to walk through. Like, how are you going to work that thing?
That's exactly what
You can
exactly
go
what
up
the
because you
situation
can't
was.
go
He was
back.
going in sideways because
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, it comes up that thing.
No.
I'm out. When I
He
had
told
my
me, he said,
Venomous,
man,
would
I
have
ain't never
nothing
had a
behind it.
problem. And I was like, until you did.
Today. Yeah.
I feel I'm gonna get one of those too, Bo. So don't worry.
When it starts falling off the hook, it's pretty much going to be you flinging it at me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I quit working for the circus as a clown years ago. I'm not
You're like, hell no.
jumping in a barrel somewhere.
No, and that's a lot of people. I mean, that keep them. I think you can cram them in these little rooms.
So, like, wouldn't that be an option though to put them in a barrel when you're cleaning them out?
Well,
That's
yeah,
the safest
yeah,
way.
but
You put them in a trash can with a window, a clear window on top, because they'll climb up and get in that top lip, and you'll never see them.
that's true. That's true. But now what we're referencing is basically having the room. You absolutely want some sort of drop bucket, homie. You like that, did you?
Yeah.
You have to have one. I mean, and that's how I handled all my I never free handled not one of them. If I was bagging a snake, I would use a cup or a piece of PVC, and I would tape the bag to it and put that in there and let them crawl into that bag. Then pick that bag up, place the hook down on it, and push the snake in the bag down. I mean, there's a billion ways to do it correctly, and I mean, knock on wood, doing it since 2004, I've never even come close to being bit by venomous.
The area is strong all day.
Just so you know, it's possible. That's what's going to keep me cognitive, man. You know,
don't ever say it's not going to happen, because it's when is it going to happen. Venomous will set you up for failure. You have an eyelash viper that never moves, and that one day you lean your hand in just a little farther with something and it shoots out of there. They are very opportunistic, and they learn and wait and study. I had a big male king. I could walk around the building. He would never hood up. Other people would walk in there based off the vibration on the floor. He'd come to the glass and hood up. He could feel the difference in the vibration of people being in there.
I don't know a whole lot of venomous keepers. But I will name a father-son pair that I have a lot of respect. I've been in, I've seen their hots, things like that. And that's Brett and Brian Hamill. Good people out of Wichita, Kansas, Hutchinson, Kansas. Does a lot of stuff with the venomous stuff. So Brett is Brian's son, and Brian has been doing venomous since well before I was ever even around. So he's just a wealth. I'm sorry, I'm boring you, Michael. He's just a wealth of knowledge, and he gave me just a small glimpse of some things, but I really respected it because he let me take the small steps and ask the questions that might seem stupid to somebody that does it. But if somebody's asking you a question, you should answer it, because there's a reason that they're asking it, and they've just never made me feel that way, and they've been so hospitable with me. Nothing but love.
I agree 1,000% with
like
that
Steve
comment
says,
right there.
I mean, when you answer someone, I mean, that reply that you give them, you really think it through, because that reply might save that person or that animal, because a a lot of people don't want to ask because a lot of people beat people down and treat them like they're stupid and this and that. But I ask questions all the time still. And I mean, I've been doing this 20 years now, 22 years, and I don't know everything. I'm the first person to say I don't know everything. I screw up daily and find new ways to do everything, or bounce ideas back and forth with people on how to do things. And I mean, you really have to ask and really give an educated response to someone, but don't treat them like they're dumb, because at one time you might have been asking the same question and somebody gave you the time of day.